You get the first cause.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the Salem News and the Jewish Journal, our panel, as well as my opponents for what's been a spirited debate tonight. I think we've seen that this election really comes down to a simple choice. On the one side is my Republican opponent, Richard Tisei, who's accepted $3 million from the Tea Party, who said he supports the current Republican majority in Congress, and who called the Tea Party a godsend and the Ryan Republican budget a good start. He even said he's comfortable in the Republican Party with their agenda. So if you agree that the Tea Party has got it right, you got the right idea, if you like what you've been seeing coming out of Washington with the Republicans in charge and with their plans to end Medicare's guaranteed benefits, to restrict access to birth control, to raise taxes on the middle class in order to pay for tax cuts for millionaires, if you think Mr. Romney and Mr. Tisei were right that half of the Americans, including veterans, seniors, and working women with young children, are freeloaders and not paying their fair share in taxes, but millionaires deserve to pay less, then Mr. Tisei is probably somebody that interests you. I'm on the other side. If you support President Obama, if you believe like I do that fighting for the middle class to get a fair shake is the right thing, if you support my votes to give 17 different tax cuts to small businesses and a payroll tax cut for the middle class instead of more Bush tax cuts for millionaires, if you believe in protecting Medicare and that seniors deserve a secure retirement with dignity, if you support laws that I've passed to expand training and for green jobs, to hold insurance companies accountable by giving you a refund if they spend too much on overhead, and to keep student loan rates down, to keep the dream of college open to all, then I'm your candidate. Voters really do have a choice this November. A vote for Mr. Tisei means a vote for keeping this right-wing Congress in power, and I have a different path. A stronger middle class, focusing on creating jobs, equality and choice for women always, and in fighting for the people of this district first, not the interest of Wall Street or big oil or an extreme group in Washington. I hope I've earned your vote on November 6th, and I ask you for the opportunity to serve again, and thank you for the opportunity tonight.
Okay, we got 2 more statements. Mr. Fishman, 2 minutes.
Thanks. There's a website out there called votecorevalues.com. It's kind of a Tea Party purity test. All 3 of us failed. However, I passed a couple things. I am a strong fiscal conservative, and this is something that differentiates me from the rest of these guys. I will not vote to raise the debt ceiling. I remember that the T in Tea Party is an acronym, and it stands for taxed enough already. We are taxed enough already at this point in time. We can grow the economy to increase revenue, but we don't need to change the level at which we are being taxed right now, because we are being taxed enough already. And this is something that I think we really can look at and say, where is the disconnect right now? Because Republicans and Democrats have both shown a consistent history of growing the size of government. And that's what makes me different from these guys. And this is where I have to ask you for your vote. Because if you don't vote for me, if you like what you've heard up here, but you don't vote for me because you think I can't win, you're telling the parties those ideas are worthless. Those ideas couldn't get 1% of the vote in the election. And that's not the way it should be. Your vote counts, and your vote has to count for what you believe in. This election, I'm asking for you to vote for somebody you like. I'm asking you to vote for your conscience. I'm asking you to say, this amazing gift that has been given to us in this country, the ability to vote our opinion, you have to use it. And if what I've said appeals to you, you should vote it. Because if you don't vote for me, the only message that gets sent is, those ideas appeal to nobody. Thank you.
Mr. Tisei.
Well, thank you. I just want to say this is a good opportunity to change things. And Congressman Tierney is Exhibit A of what's wrong in Washington, D.C. A statement, Boston Globe asked the both of us to release our tax returns. I did it. I hooked them up with my CPA. I had a tough time, no doubt. Our company almost went under. I had to borrow money just to keep things going, keep the doors open for people. But I would say the congressman didn't release his taxes to the Globe. He threatened him with a libel suit. And when he was finally forced to do it, lo and behold, over $230,000, according to federal prosecutors, that went into his household, he didn't pay any taxes on. And that's the problem here. I do think that this district deserves a lot better than what we've had over the last couple of years. And I do think that this is an important election to change the way that things are done in Washington, D.C. You know, I have a record of being a problem solver. I have a record of working across the aisle. I have a record of being an independent-minded legislator. That's exactly what we need in this country right now to get this country back on track. And that's what Congress wants to do.
That concludes tonight's debate. I'd like to thank the Danvers Public Schools for use of this auditorium, and the staff and volunteers at Danvers Community Access Television for helping us put this together. They taped it, they'll be sharing it with other community access stations, and everybody will get a chance to see it. Again, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I'd like to thank the candidates for participating, and for the panel. Thank you.